first off, right now it's 1999, and I'll tell you that all of the Y2K stuff is complete bullshit, so don't worry about that, because I know you'll probably freak out right around the time when the countdown starts, so don't worry about it. But right now you're in 7th grade, and right now it is pure hell. I remember what you went through, and just know that high school is not going to be as bad as middle school was, and college is going to be awesome for you. Now, if you, right now, could come to college, that would be a lot better, but as it is, those are a couple of good years. Now, we'll let you know that family stuff and money stuff is going to get kind of bad in the next few years, so just hang in there, because it's only going to be 4 years, then you'll be living on your own, and it'll be a lot better, but just hang in there, don't let what people say get you down, and watch out for your mom, because she will need you in the next couple of years. Now, let's see, right now you just discovered ska, which is a good thing, but keep in mind that the older bands that you don't think are ska are actually a lot better than some of the stuff on the compilations you're listening to right now. And you're also getting into punk, and because of that, you're going to be hanging out with a lot of different people than what you're hanging out with now. And that's a good thing, because those people end up being a lot healthier for you if you'd stayed with some of the people you're hanging out with now. When you get to high school and beyond, they kind of get into a lot of drugs and bad stuff that you don't want to go down that road. But just because the punk kids are older doesn't necessarily mean that they know what's best, because there's good and bad with it. Okay, so doing your zines, doing creative things, making music, discovering new bands, going on road trips, those are good things. Having inhalants and robo tripping, not so much, so stay away from that part. Okay, now just because you're hanging out with new friends doesn't mean that you should abandon some of your old friends. Because Randall, for example, he still ends up being your best friend. I know that he's stayed with you pretty close this year, and you know, for a little while there you were a little iffy on whether he liked you or not, so don't be upset when you find out he doesn't, because he's still a very good friend, and there are reasons behind that you'll find out later. It's for the best, trust me. So just because he's not into the music you're into right now doesn't mean that he doesn't get you. He just, it takes him a little while to get into some of the music. Because then by the time he gets into the music you were into, you'll be listening to white guys playing piano and old school country, which that probably shocks you right now. And just to be warned, Hot Topic isn't as great as you think it is either. I know at this point you're saying that when you die you want to be cremated and have your ashes buried on top of every Hot Topic sign, and that's not so cool. It's just another mall store. You'll find out later it's owned by the Gap, and by the time you get to college, all the cool punk stuff is going to be replaced by a new scene that's just called Scene, and it mostly is snot-nosed kids wearing neon-colored shirts and listening to screaming bands and talking about old school Nickelodeon, so yeah, you might want to shy away from all the Hot Topic talk. You want to make movies or make music, you haven't decided which one yet, and it'll take you a little while, trial and error, to figure it out. But eventually you'll figure out that while you love making music, movies is what you want to do with your life. And I can tell you right now that you'll end up making a couple of short films in college, and then right now I'm working on a full-length movie, so you'll be happy to know that. And again, you'll have a couple of musical side projects. You'll have one called William Shatner Blues Explosion, which was pretty cool. But mostly you get involved with the movie stuff, which is how you meet your future husband, which I know that probably blows your mind right now. Right now you're trying to figure out, you know, what kind of boys you like. Sometimes you think you don't even like boys, and I mean, I hate to tell you this, but it's going to take almost up until now for you to figure out what exactly it is that's going on with your mind and your libido. But all those thoughts are perfectly normal, so don't let it freak you out or think that you're the only one thinking this, because trust me, you are going to think that you are the weird kid in school and that nobody else thinks the way you do. Once you get out of it, you'll figure out that there were a lot more people thinking the way you thought than you thought. Anyway, in about a year, your mom is going to have to pawn your camcorder. Now, I know you think you're going to lose all these opportunities, and maybe you will, I don't know. But go with her and don't be too pissed off, because when you go, you're going to find a CD that you're going to love and listen to for like 5 hours when you buy it. And then you'll end up spending so much money for this artist and almost going on a cruise with this artist and sort of stalking this artist. And you won't really know much about it. You'll have heard of the CD. For right now, the guy, you refer to him as that Chick-fil-A guy. But buy it. Just buy it and you'll end up with this very sad 10-year obsession going on strong. But the cool thing is, because of it, you'll get into a lot better music than you end up listening to right now in an 8th grade. And you'll meet some cool people, and you'll end up meeting the man himself. Which, may not be a big deal to you now, but ends up being like a super deal later on in life. So I hope you're doing well. Keep your chin up. Keep your grades up, because that is what ultimately takes you the fuck out of Dodge. And just remember that you are not alone on this planet. Once you figure out you're doing your creative stuff and doing your zines and some of the other stuff, you'll connect to people on the internet and in real life and realize that you're not as weird as you thought you were.